Hi, how are you? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this great fashion show focused in the 20th era. Each model will present the characteristics of their wardrobe and how they were used to dressing in ancient times. Both men and women had a more strange approach in the early 20s. The end of World War I allowed both Henrys improved their fashion horizons and dressed more comfortable and studied, without repercussions. Despite some trends, shoes and age of women's skirt and the use of women's hats from the previous decades, most fashion trends early these years.
Hi, I am Lizbeth and I will present my suite referring to the clothing of the women of the 1920s. In the 1920s, changes in clothing begin to be seen. In this decade, they used to see that the legs of the skirt of the dresses begin to be shortened. It was then the first female cry for wearing more comfortable clothes, such as skirts and short dresses. My wardrobe is comprised of a hairstyle with short hair and is complete with a handbag type accessory with a furted. My makeup consists of dark shadows such as purple because the makeup ideals of that time in that the woman had dark eyes and room. These were commonly weathered with shadows. They applied with reddish tones. The blush was rounder a little, trying not to extend into much. The lips were of a reddish tone, signs at that time. The lips were very characteristic. These were they painted slightly smaller than their natural shape, were somewhat rounder in the centers, and the corners were inward. Another way to make up the lips was in the shape of a skirt and the colored pinot mode. The colors of the lips were always located between red and garnet tones in the lips. A small shape was given to the lips, and to give it a small shape, nothing but a eyelid lipstick on top of the lip. Since they are small, the accessories that could be pearls, necklace, the dress because they used to wear short dresses, so I transformed my dresses into something shorter and I put fringes that had great importance among women. This dress with fringes used to mean and represented youth, young women unaccompanied and independent. With these dresses, women sought to attract the public. The woman of the 1920s was a modern woman who wanted to show in with her appearances. In the shoes, as they are of heel to highlight more the legs and part of the clothing. The result was a dramatic and even theatrical look from which it is clearly inferred the direct reference that women of the time had, coming from show, punises, and nightlife. However, during it may seem certain attributes of this era become real classics, but that that we can easily observe in current looks, such as smoky and dramatic eyes or lips in intense red tones.
Hi, I am Ariel. I tell you a bit more about men's wardrobe and fashion in the 1920s, focusing mainly on elegant suits and coats. The men's hairstyle of the 1920s exemplified the refined gentleman, as one was full of short, the medium length straight and shiny hair. The hairstyle of the 1920s were usually held back or parted to the side and then covered with a hat to hide the sleek look and style their hair in place. The guys used an oil-based product called brilliantine, while this time period marked the rise of the automobile and the telephone. It didn't change much in terms of men's fashion trends. However, some of these old-school haircuts are marking a comeback as men look to check retro styles for unique ways to wear their hair. In the 1920s, men wore the three-pleat suit. In the 1920s, men wore striped suits with gaudy ties and more felt hats, rated as newsboy. The gold canes gave the men an aristocratic hair, but the iconic style of the moment took the prize for starting a creative revolution in fashion, as we have seen in this video with the ladies and gentlemen. Another important boom in fashion different designer goods like
Women's fashion in the 1920s. Fingers, sinkins, embroidery, and pearls. The women of the 1920s went out dancing in comfortable shoes with low heels and loaded with accessories. Matabu feathers, brooches, furs, ribbons, and hairdresses. It was at this time that sleek stockings became popular and, for the first time, women wore short hair. They called them the happiest 20s because in the United States this was a period of prosperity. More skirts, long nipples, less corsets, and more accessories such as marabou. The fashion of these years liked to use many accessories. They could not miss the sequins, tiaras, gloves, stoles, and bows. The skirts were shortened to let see the legs that they were worn with stockings with exciting on the back or white drawings. Before the 1920s, dresses and skirts did not show the ankles, so curing the skirt was a revolution.
Hi, I'm Jorge Arellanes. I will tell you a little more about men's wardrobe and fashion in the 20s, mostly focused on elegant suits and the goods that began to be used at this time, as well as different types of hats and different clothes. In the 20s, men wore the three-piece suit, jacket, vest, and pants. For their working time, they personalized these suits, adjusting them a little more or shortening them, jacket and pants. The predominant colors were dark, black, blue, brown, or gray. At this time, it was an important boom for fashion. Different design cuts such as the Tichter suits are also known as slim cuts, in addition to many variations of hats such as elegant or more casual such as berets. This gave the touch between casual and elegant, also that it was an accessory that complemented the suit very well. Another important part was the shoes. These were more opaque in relation to the suit and were generally curved shoes, in brown or black depending on the color of all the garments. At present, several garments of those times are still used. Since they were very important in fashion, the cuts of suits are preserved and more has evolved in the way of dressing elegant as we now know it. This type of wardrobe has remained for history, as an elegant time has even managed to continue making catwalks, series, films, where the manner as fashion of that time are observed. Since they used to be happy and especially enjoy dancing and music, that is why at this time it was named as the Crazy 20 Years, because for the first time a very extreme change was seen in society from clothing to way of thinking. Here they already had the freedom to express themselves freely without excluding women, and although the change was difficult, but for them nothing was impossible. The street where this play is located is called Rufino Tamayo, in honor of the renowned Oaxacan painter, born a few blocks from the site. Passing through this place gives the feeling of walking through the past. To make the video, we need an old pleasant environment that was part of humanity, so Los Arquitos de Xochimilco was chosen. As the third and last arcade of the aqueduct is now on Rufino Tamayo Street, they are made up of 35 arches and culminate with a fountain. Almost at the crossroad with Cosijopi, this place formed a large part of ancestors. It could even be said that in this place they lived both good and bad experience, but well. From each of them they were learning something and they were annexing it to their daily life. This place represents the enjoy and everything that the people of that time felt.